season, going back to 1930, and Week 10 underway with the Lions and Bears. And a touchback out to the 25-yard line.
Under Matt Nagy in his first year.
Trubisky hands off to Jordan Howard, a healthy chunk of yardage up across the 33.
Which will give the defense fits.
After a gain of 9, a quick pass, and moving for a first down. Cohen.
At a linebacker spot.
First down from the 37. Trubisky to Cohen, who is averaging over 4.5 yards.
That should be Jordan Howard.
Trey Burton to the bottom of your screen. On second down, Trubisky's first throw across the 45. Helmet comes off, but the catch made by Anthony Miller.
That's what happens when two guys are converging on you.
Quick snap, Trubisky's throw. There's Trey Burton for a first down catch, brought down around the... As Cohen is the back. After a gain of 9.
Hey, Buccaneer! Hey, go 40!
Trio of receivers to the left of Trubisky. He goes to Cohen, a juggling catch at the 40.
Sunday!
After a gain of 8. Another quick toss for a first down. He's inside the 25. Allen Robinson taking it inside the 5. It'll be first and goal Bears.
Catch by Allen Robinson.
Tariq Cohen trying to find a hole, and he's into the end zone for a Bears touchdown.
The hardest thing, it's inside zone right here. Great feel by Tariq Cohen, and again, it's that changeup.
Cody Parkey hits the upright from 33 yards away. Not a given anymore. He's kicking off to T.J. Jones. And Jones on the bounce lets it go out to the 25-yard line. Trying to respond to the Bears' 4th opening drive touchdown this season. And a quick pass and the catch made by Kenny Golladay to the Philadelphia Eagles. Quick snap, Kerryon Johnson has it. And he gets across the 35-yard line.
Especially with Khalil Mack back out there on the field.
Yeah, the Bears were the leader in sacks until Mack went out a couple of games ago with an injury. As the catch is made by Levine Toilolo.
Tag 58! Hey, ready! Shoot!
From the Chicago 48. There's a flag down as Johnson is knocked backward.
Offside. Defense, number 94. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
And until then. So, first and 5 now. Stafford to throw. Pressure coming, and he's going to be sacked.
Stafford holding the ball a little bit too long. Sometimes it was just guys getting beat in the offensive line. Here's a protection breakdown. You've got a blitzer coming clean off the edge. So, not a great start for the Lions. One of the worst things you can have is a doubt in how your protection matches up against the defensive scheme.
The sacks last week said I could get rid of the ball faster. Theo Riddick is in. Protection here. Catch made. Knocked down right away back at the original line of scrimmage. Receiver in motion is Kenny Golladay to the bottom of your screen. It's a handoff, and Kerryon Johnson gets inside the 40. Aaron Lynn. The pitch to Johnson. Hit, but there he goes for a first down. Gets through that initial charge. Stafford, the quick pass. There was part of a rush there. He had to angle that throw a little bit and incomplete. It needed last week in the win over the Bills by this Bears team. Kerryon Johnson. That's inside the 30. It'll bring up third down. Stafford gets his vision. Stafford in trouble, and he's thrown to the ground at the 38 by the rookie Roquan Smith.
Struggled all last week trying to keep your quarterback clean, and you start off this game with a couple of sacks, and it's a nice job by Roquan Smith because it's called a green dog. Now he's in coverage, he's waiting to see what happens. As soon as the running back, his responsibility stays in the backfield.
And we'll have 2 timeouts remaining here in the first half. Fair catch waved, and has at the 7-yard line. Named Matt are facing each other.
Digging deep for that one. Digging deep.
What's that?
It's Jordan Howard. Well, we also have 2 quarterbacks that you could call them by shorter names.
5 years.
And Nagy said, let's create our own history. 2 backs in the backfield, and it's Cohen. He was back there with Mizell. Cohen carries short of the first down. Overall this year, they averaged 29 a game. A couple of people pointing. Flags fly on 3rd and 4. If it's against the Lions, it's a first down.
Neutral zone infraction. Defense number 42. That 5-yard penalty results in a first down for Chicago.
36. What's that?
Trubisky hands to Cohen. Not a lot of running room there. And Damon Harrison. Cohen remains the back.
What's that?
Trubisky 5 out of 5 on that opening drive of 75 yards.
Run! What's that?
From the pocket. And right in between a couple of defenders is Allen Robinson to midfield.
Seam routes, but they actually get a little bit close together. Quandre Diggs is going to funnel him to the outside a little bit. Look how close they get right there, so it's easy for Nevin Lawson to come off of his.
Sunday.
From the 49, Trubisky. Second receiver finds somebody, and the catch made by Ben Braunecker, the tight end.
Possible in coverage.
Pogo, Larry. 40.
Trubisky 7 out of 7, already over 100 yards.
What's that?
And set to throw again, and has time, and is going deep for the end zone. Knocked away at the last moment. And secondary, Cohen is in on 2nd and 10.
40. What's that?
Trubisky has it. A quick flip to Cohen, who's in some trouble here, and the Lions were ready for that. Thrown back at the 37, 38-yard line after a loss of 5. Third down. First quarter winding down. Trubisky, Robinson, Allen Robinson, touchdown Bears!
Is able to look back on the football because it's underthrown, and he's trailing right now. He's trailing. He's trying to get back in there. This ball's underthrown. If he can ever, he turns around too late, and I don't know if that was great location or just fortunate for the Bears, but
their best cover corner. And this extra point is good. 36-yard touchdown. And this Bears offense. TJ Jones lets it go. Touchback out to the 25.
To get out.
Had to evacuate. Thankfully, the house survived. Many not so lucky. But we're hoping for the best there as the firefighters are doing an outstanding job.
You obviously, points is great, but boy, you do a 3-and-out right here and get that Bears offense back on the field, you could be in trouble early.
Lions had moved the ball well in that initial series, but a couple of sacks. As the first quarter, looks like Stafford's going to let the first quarter come to an end. Our offense has not been stopped on 2 drives, 2 lengthy scoring drives. Pass caught across the 30, just short of the first down as receiver. As Stafford said, we all have to share in making up for that. Nick Bellore comes in at fullback. Straight ahead to try and get the first down, ran into a wall. And the Lion defense will be on the spot to try and keep this game from getting away from them. Tariq Cohen, fair catch waged for at the 29-yard line.
Matt Patricia tried to do the same thing. Jim Bach-Cooter's there on the offensive side of the ball, but just not having that same easy transition that the Bears are having.
As Cohen carries, and Trubisky talking to us about how nice it is to have a Trubisky. Catch made even though the throw was low, and Cohen gets a first down.
Together, and the one thing that they did is when you have a new coach come in and he does the install, he's going to go back and show you his previous place of employment. So for Matt Nagy, that's the Kansas City Chiefs. Cohen, perfect fit for this offense.
At midfield, maximizing every gain on every play in terms of yards as Trey Burton makes a catch.
With Brett Favre for second overtime.
I thank you, Mike, from the 45 of Detroit. On second down, Trubisky well protected, wide open. Anthony Miller slips a tackle. Miller to the end zone. Touchdown, Bears.
Well, we got a couple of breakdowns in coverage that we've seen already today. Here's another one. Wide open. You can see hands pointing. And now Glover Quinn, who's your leader back there on the back end, the last line of defense, with a missed tackle that results in a touchdown.
This season, make that his fourth, a rookie from Memphis. And the extra point. That's two now that have been missed. With 5 touchdowns and 289 yards. He's already got a couple of touchdowns here. On the return, Jones for the Lions. Gets to the 20, and then after that, nowhere.
In 232 total yards.
Kerryon Johnson the back. Stafford throws to Johnson. And he is knocked down by
getting some big chunks against that Lions defense.
Stafford hands off to Johnson. And it'll bring up a third down. 3 Bears are right there. Matthew Stafford.
Working on that run game before you start switching to the pass.
They've run it 7 times. They've thrown it 6. Stafford. And that's intercepted. Brian Callahan.
Bryce Callahan, he's in the slot, playing the slot. Good job by Kyle Fuller, funneling and Kenny Golladay out wide. And there you got 2 guys in the same area. Your receiver falls down. These guys, you can preach takeaways. You can work on it at practice all the time. But we see some teams it just does not transfer to Sunday. The Bears.
Points off their turnovers. Howard and Cohen in the backfield now split out as a receiver. Is Cohen. Trubisky moving around, and for the end zone, there wasn't a whole lot to go to.
And 50 yards, thanks to the defense.
Bryce Callahan is in on offense with Allen Robinson. That's Callahan in motion here. We're going to have a timeout. That's Miller in motion. He had the touchdown catch a moment ago. Trubisky trying to escape, and he does. Mitchell Trubisky is loose and run out of bounds, and an extra shove. Here comes a flag.
Jerry for the Lions in discussion. We've seen tempers flare with their own group, and here comes another one. Jarrad Davis in this situation, you can't make these plays. Your team is on the cusp of just getting ready to get blown out. And you've got them wrapped up here, and there's absolutely no need for that. You almost get somebody hurt on the sideline who's working for the NFL on top of that. I mean, you're into the green. You're not even in the white anymore.
Personal foul. Defense number 40 for shoving the quarterback out of bounds. That's half the distance of the goal line. Automatic first down, Chicago.
15. What's that?
Trubisky for the end zone, and Robinson. Here comes a flag. Nevin Lawson.
Pass interference. Defense number 24. That foul occurred in the end zone. The ball will be placed at the 1-yard line. Automatic first down.
Let's get a little closer. Everybody comes in tight. Flag is Howard. Eventually, it's not ruled a touchdown yet. Looked like he had worked his way through the crowd. Could be formation.
Illegal formation offense. Number 72 was on the end of the line, and then he got covered up. That's a 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
Explain on the end of the line, covered up. Further explanation. Dean Blandino, our rules analyst, watching closely, spotted that as well. And inside the 5, interesting. Shoved back to the head matchups with teams in their division. So far today, they have. Trubisky will keep. And to the end zone, touchdown, Mitchell Trubisky. And a spike big time. What is now 18 touchdown passes.
Great execution, though. Watch the block right here. The timing. Jordan Howard, it's almost perfect timing, and that's the hard part about the quarterback draw. Sometimes that block is initiated and happens too quickly, and he's able to bounce off and make the tackle, but that was really nice timing.
His team having an aggressive mentality, regardless of what the score is. And there, look at the Bear fans here with a 26-0. And a touchback out to the 25-yard line. Friends going off to war overseas and grew a beard out of respect, knowing that they would be in rough spots in difficult situations. As the catch is made by Golladay, and the ball comes out at the end. Let's see what the officials rule. He's down. Quick snap. Kerryon Johnson. And there's a challenge flag out. And let's see if they got it in time. It had to come out before the snap. So the challenge flag laid according to the officials. Blunt and Johnson in the backfield on second down. Blunt goes nowhere. Inside the 35, the Bear defense is there. Converting early on a 4th and short. But it's already 26-0. On 3rd and 12, here comes the pressure. Stafford dumps it off for Golladay, who makes the catch, and good enough for a first down. After a gain of 13, Stafford on first down, and inside the 40, maintaining his balance is Marvin Jones. Jones was from the 38-yard line of the Bears. Johnson gets all the way inside the 30, a 90. Atlanta is trailing, and Tampa Bay battling the Redskins. LeGarrette Blunt knocked down with maybe a gain of a yard or two.
Be aware of Akeem Hicks inside as well.
Best threat by the Lions today offensively. Stafford's throw. Catch made on the sideline of the running back Johnson. Sacks and an interception have hurt the Lions on previous drives in this half. Kerryon Johnson trying to get the first down, and eventually he does. Strung out before going out of bounds. We knew he was added to our team. A delay handoff. Johnson stopped around the 12-yard line.
This offense this season.
After a gain of 6. Johnson on a delay, and a pile of Bears, and that should take us to the 2-minute warning so far. Lions' first trip into the red zone here at Soldier Field on a 3rd and 4 for the end zone, and a flag. They were tugging on the jersey.
Pass interference. Defense. Number 38. Foul occurred in the end zone. The ball will be placed at the 1-yard line. First down, Detroit.
Who had a carry earlier. LeGarrette Blunt does not get in. LeGarrette Blunt goes nowhere. Roquan Smith straight ahead, leaping in the air, and touchdown for Kerryon Johnson and the Lions on 3rd and goal.
A little bit. They bring him back into the backfield from the outside and just gets up there and elevates. The other times they're trying to push the pile. So you bring Kerryon Johnson in. He goes up over the top.
His second career touchdown. Yep. As Matt Prater lines up for the extra point. And he nails it. Been too late by the Bears, so the Lions carried on, and Kerryon Johnson eventually took it into the end zone. This will bounce. Mizell has to take it. A perfect kick inside the 1. And Taquan Mizell is going to get smothered inside the 10-yard line with touchdowns. Missed extra points. Only thing that's gone wrong for the Bears today is Robinson is stopped right away around the 10-yard line.
Going here.
Cohen tackled right away, and we down to 3 seconds on the play clock. Handoff. Cohen knocked down right away, and they're going to let the clock run out to the half.
Aggressive down the field, but they don't make a lot of mistakes with it. And then you heard the guys at halftime talk about just 2 incompletions for Mitchell Trubisky.
P.J. Jones on the fly has some room to run, and a healthy return for the Lions, who scored right before the half.
Games, and after their defense took control of everything last week for them against the Bills, it was their offense here in the first half that gave them the big lead.
And set to throw. Stafford floats one perfectly, and what a grab by Marvin Jones. Kerryon Johnson, who had the touchdown for Detroit, works down to the 34, and we work down to the field of Laura Oakman. 32 in his career. Has a ways to go here, but Lions on the move. Incomplete in the area when you actually have the time of possession advantage. Now a 3rd and 6. Time. And a tough throw. Catch nearly made on the sideline. Made on when Matt Nagy was hired. 52-yard try for Matt Prater. It's up there. It's out there. And it's through there. Grant Park. And a salute to our troops. Mizell is on it after a bobble and knocked down initially short of the 20. We'll check the exact spot.
It's going to be the same as we saw in the first half here.
And he comes out throwing. Plenty of time. And wide open middle of the field is Anthony Miller, who's racing through the Lions secondary. And down to the 25-yard line. There's a flag down back at the 30.
Illegal contact. Defense number 52. That penalty is declined. The result of the play is a first down.
Jordan Howard in the backfield. Tariq Cohen gets the pitch from the slot and runs out of bounds. Jerry.
46 coming back. Single. Blue 80. What's that?
Jordan Howard, and the Lions smother him. And speaking of the military, thanks for your service. On 3rd down, Trubisky over the head of Robinson, who was well covered that time for the season. 41 yards away, and that, boy, he can hit those uprights, can he? 3 times today.
Special teams wise, with Tariq Cohen as your punt returner, they've got a lot of key pieces in place. Cody Parker has got to kind of get this, or Parkey's got to get this sorted out.
Johnson fights hard to get through some of the Bear tacklers. The ball comes out, and Chicago has it. Adrian Amos, another Bears takeaway. After the Lion defense finally kept the Bears off the scoreboard with a missed kick, and now a turnover, and Trubisky flips to Cohen, and a tough hit in a crowd. Defense setting up the offense here. Mizell and Howard in the backfield. And the handoff to Taquan Mizell, who's looking for somewhere to go. Davis.
Try and grab that momentum.
Miller on a pitch from Trubisky, but a good tackle kept him from getting the first down. It was Diggs again, or try a moment ago. Toward the upright. Unbelievable. Can you believe this? He's hit 4 uprights today. Lions take over. Stafford on first down goes down inside the 20-yard line.
You know, backs and tight ends, a little bit of chip on the way out.
He can change the momentum of a game in one play. Loss of 4. Stafford underneath. Galladay running free. And Kenny Galladay gets up across the 40-yard line in conversions. Try and battle into a tie and keep the Bears from getting any more. That's Johnson, who had the fumble a moment ago. And working his way outside and out of bounds.
Illegal block in the back. Offense, number 11. 10-yard penalty. Still first down.
And the Browns have already changed their head coach, hoping to change the direction of their team. Stafford batted at the line of scrimmage. It was Johnson to run, so now 2nd and 20. Bears drop a safety all the way back to the 45. Stafford and Jones can't hang on. That's Marvin Jones. Hasn't shown up yet, but he's had a rough afternoon here. Missing 4. Stafford. Sideline throw and incomplete. And so Cohen is back to receive the punt, standing at the 30. And a good kick backs him up to the 21 of Chicago. Cohen weaving his way up across the 35, just short of the 40. Another.
Sunday.
Trubisky incomplete for Cohen.
Fortunate to be in the position he's in with Matt Nagy.
2 touchdown passes and 1 on the ground. Here comes a flag.
Holding. Defense, number 24. 5-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
Add him and Taylor Gabriel. They draft Anthony Miller. Upgrade that receiving core. Again, Kevin White, the 7th overall pick, inactive. As Trubisky sets to throw and dumps it off to Jordan Howard. Gets near a defensive backs, and today that defense has been sliced and diced by this Bears team, although the Bears have not. Second down, 8. Trubisky, deep sideline throw, and over the head. Quinn was back there. Trubisky, and it's knocked away from Miller. What a defensive play. It was almost intercepted, but although he's been the holder today. First time the Bear offense has been forced to punt today. TJ Jones is back, standing inside the Detroit 10. O'Donnell, his 5th season. High kick and well played inside the 10. It'll eventually be down by the hustling Bears. In fact, not 100% healthy and not 100% set in the defensive schemes of Vic Fangio, at least not as much as he'd like Mac to know. Blunt with a hole, but slow getting through it. Stafford has time, and on the run floats it for Galladay, and nothing. Extra pressure is picked up for the moment, but he had to hurry his throw and was hit as he let it go by Leonard Floyd. Defending his punt when they punted to the Bears back at his own goal line. And a kick that bounces and rolls towards midfield. That's where the Lions will down it. No chance for
40, run!
Trubisky is throwing. And catching is Trey Burton inside the 30 of Detroit. Touchdown game against the Buccaneers. Allen Robinson, and he's going to go in for a Chicago touchdown.
Lineup for 2 weeks. Allen Robinson's been out of the lineup for 2 weeks. Here he is right here. He's making the biggest homecoming, and you've got to get him a little bit of help. There's only 4 guys rushing in that situation, so why Nevin Lawson is it?
Trubisky, it's a slam dunk for 2. Burton has it this year, and that looked easy to Burton.
Got away with a little shove there. Maybe the West Coast that was out there when I played, came out of San Francisco. Andy Reid has really kind of taken that offense and shifted the thought process.
Jones out of bounds around the 20-yard line.
Down the field, play after play.
Stafford has missed his last 5 passes after it looked like the Lions came out in the second half and could get close, and now he's going to get sacked. And Leonard Floyd.
Spin move.
And for him going back to November of last year, but for the Bears, 4th sack of this game. Incomplete. Michael Roberts the target. It's 10, as Matt Nagy said, we're making our own history now this year. This time he has time, has to go underneath. Riddick puts a move on, and a good move to get to the 35, but short of the first down. Lions going for it on 4th and 2 from their own 35. Trailing by 24. Stafford can run for it and does. Gets the first down. 35 seconds and counting left in the 3rd quarter. Stafford, deep throw. He's got him and tipped away. Here comes a flag. Marvin Jones was open, looking back for the football.
Illegal contact. Defense number 23. 5-yard penalty. Automatic first down, Detroit.
The field will go to the official. Hey, can you check out Bryce? I think he might have a little ding.
Straight ahead, it's Kerryon Johnson, short of midfield, fresh set for the 3rd quarter, runs out. Extra pressure delayed, picked up, and incomplete, and that'll bring an end to the quarter as we start the 4th quarter. Midfield, Stafford facing a 3rd and 6 for Galladay, and he holds on, and at the last moment it was Kyle Fuller who pushed him and out when he went out of Stafford's quick pass is caught for a first down.
4 down. Tag 59. It's 2
After another 4th down conversion, Stafford. The ball's loose as he goes down back at the 45 of Detroit.
Center of the pocket right back into Matthew Stafford's lap.
Stafford lucky to hang out of the football after a loss of 12. It's a screen to Riddick, who's trying to shoot past the Bears defense, and he does, spinning to the 40 against a team that they have done well with recently, but not today. Stafford is sacked again, and it's Mack on the attack of this season. Remember, he missed the last couple of games, and the Bears defense keeping the pressure on Stafford, who goes deep. And is that another takeaway? It is. Prince Mukamara with the interception. Only 38 yards, you would think. Here in the 4th quarter.
You would think.
Jordan Howard, but Nagy's an aggressive play caller. Low snap. They do get it to Jordan Howard, who gets
some of the typical play calls that you have to memorize.
Yeah, some of those are as many as 21 words, those plays. And now he's throwing from his own goal line and overthrows. And the
Mitchell's strengths.
They're only going to get better. And Trubisky, hope you saw him on the NFL on Fox, the pregame show. Enjoyed the conversation with the young quarterback who's in trouble here and probably should have gotten out of the end zone as Deshaun Hand have made it a safety, but not overturned, down to 1 timeout now after the Lions lose that challenge. So O'Donnell has the challenge from his own end zone and gets it out of there in a hurry. T.J. Jones from midfield, and he gets inside the 40 to the 39 of Chicago. Here that backed up. It was a hold against the Lions on that punt, as Dean was giving us a further explanation. So their 49-yard line. Pass is caught. It's Riddick, and down the sideline he goes, out of bounds around the 33 of Chicago.
Their offense is making it cash in.
Yeah, and listening to Vic Fangio, the defensive coordinator, I think they're going to be even better, and they're still building and growing as Stafford is on the run. And when you think
more important,
Pace inherited one of the oldest teams, made the coaching change this year. Obviously trading up to get Trubisky. Catch made there by Jones.
Right now, that can make you play tight. Don't. I want swag. I want confidence. I want to see fun.
And the Bears, the only team in the top 5 in points scored and in points allowed. Defense, as a flag goes down, Riddick knocked down around the 11-yard line.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Defense number 99. Half the distance to the goal line. Automatic first down for Detroit.
That game last week, Floyd had the interception return for a touchdown. After the penalty, Stafford with a chance for the end zone. Touchdown Lions! Kenny Golladay from Chicago and St. Rita High School.
He kind of talked to his team about finish again. You know, they should be fine here with a final score, but you know, the decision by Prince Amukamara to have that interception to put his offense in a tough spot. Just
Bears converted their 2-point conversion. Stafford on the run and nothing. Being a safety, let's see how the Lions play this. And there comes a flag and knocked out of bounds by Anthony Miller. Matt Patricia.
There were fouls by each team on the play. Illegal batting, receiving team, number 17. Illegal formation, kicking team. Those penalties offset. We'll re-kick.
Now this time they're trying it again. And the Lions have a shot at it, and Detroit recovers it. For the new special teams coach of the Detroit Lions.
Yeah, there's Charles Washington, 45, that keeps it from going out of bounds. A good hustle by Nick Bellore to get the recovery.
3 possession, 3 score kind of game for where the Lions are sitting. Under 8.5 to go. From inside the 40 of Chicago. Knocked away.
His coverage coming up, the knockaway ball is very explosive. He's one of the guys that has a defensive touchdown this year for the Bears.
Rookie Roquan Smith has 9 tackles in this game. Stafford incomplete. Stafford threw as the receiver broke to the other side. It was down for the Lions. Stafford's throw in between. Golladay leaps, hauls it in, and makes a great catch. Thin at receiver at the moment. Kerryon Johnson to the end zone. Touchdown Lions. A delay flip, and he just glided in.
Really nice job right here. So let's watch Frank Ragnow. He's going to be the guard. Watch him come out. Watch him track 59. 59's in coverage on the screen. Comes out, gets the key block right there. There's nobody there. Kerryon Johnson is giving a little shove to Kenny Wiggins to get him out of the way so he can get into the end zone.
58. Ready. Waiting. Listen.
Quick pass for 2. And the Bears at the goal line. No. Lions.
After review, the ruling on the field stands. It is short of the goal line. Detroit is charged with his final timeout, and they have no more challenges remaining.
He just got one back. I don't think you have a lot of choices here. A different style.
It's going to roll around. It's a live ball. And the Bears are on it around the. Said, you don't know. I have to do what I do best with this team. I know we have a great defense. I know we have a support staff. And we're in a good position right now.
Game to build your lead and then running it in the fourth quarter to secure the win. Can they execute that portion?
They're throwing here, and what a catch by Allen Robinson.
Off that clock during the course of the game.
Trubisky has time. And he can run. He's done that today. And there he goes for a first down and sliding to stay in bounds just short of the 40-yard line.
For a first down to a quarterback.
He picked up 8. That's his average. He's run for over 300 yards this year. And a carry by Jordan Howard.
Blue 80, blue.
Howard to the 40.
You know, one of the things is that
The Patriots, the Packers, and the Dolphins this year.
Blue 80.
Trubisky, open, Miller with a first down at the 46 of Detroit.
After the play was over, unsportsmanlike conduct. Offense, number 17. 15-yard penalty from the end of the play. It'll be 1st and 10 for Chicago.
follow up a good play with something bad.
And Jordan Howard knocked down. Record to 6-3. Howard carries again. The Vikings are idle. Extra shove and go. Howard carries. The return of Allen Robinson at receiver after missing 2 games in the road for this Bears team. Nobody back to receive the punt of O'Donnell. Lions are out of timeouts. And an excellent kick. Does it stay? And no. Touchback. I mean, that close. We've had a few plays, Bear defense, where you got to worry about back. And then there's Hicks. And then there's Leonard Floyd. He was naming 9 or 10 Bears. And he has seen them up close today. Reshaping for the future in the middle of this season. It just comes off that way, whether they want to admit it or not, with the first-year head coach. Whereas with the Bears and Matt Nagy and their
games, they're going to continue to get bigger as we get in towards the end of November, beginning of December.
Stafford completes to Johnson. One of the bright spots for the Lions has a ready in week 10. And the setup to Johnson knocked down across the 34-yard line. It's a service around the NFL on this Veterans Day weekend. More post-game coverage of some of the games from earlier in the day and updated highlights. Green Bay to start the year. They were close against, obviously, the Packers, the Dolphins, a field goal. Maybe they could have won that game. The Patriots. But enough to lead the NFC North. That goes out of bounds to Brent. 2 interceptions today. And a handoff here that'll be the final play. Zach Zenner carries, and the Bears